So when you get to the policies page, as you can see here, the product gets shipped with an administrator default policy, which allows everything. The default policy is important initially from the setup because everyone who goes through the product initially will be on the default policy. But as I said earlier, the IT department policy, which is here, you assign to that user. You specify a name. Everyone gets the same template filtering policy, so you just save it, rename as you're creating new policies. You specify the non-working times. This is important, so you can specify after working hours, lunchtime. So for example, Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. is the lunchtime hours. The advantage of doing this is it allows you to be more flexible within the categories that you're allowing or blocking during work or non-working hours. So as you can see here, there's 54 predefined categories of all the various web pages, and you can red is block, green is allow. So you can see here alcohol is blocked during work and non-working hours. Chat and instant messaging is allowed during work and non-working hours. And you can see here you're blocking entertainment and video sites, which would normally be YouTube and other types of sites, and you can allow during the non-working hours. So you can be flexible with the categories, and if you're wondering any specific category in question what it consists of, you can click on the icon here and you can see here keywords, social networking, MySpace, Friendster, LinkedIn, Bebo.com. So there's 54 predefined categories built in, but also you're not just limited to the 54 categories. You can create custom categories, which you can do here in the custom category tab, and we've created one here called Facebook. The advantage of creating a custom category is you can allow a certain amount of URLs, as many as you want. So you can put in the YouTube URL, Facebook, and this just means that the company is not just limited to the 54 predefined categories in the product. So your company might have a friendly policy towards Facebook, but you want to block all the various other social networking categories. So an example here would be you can block social networking during work and non-working hours, but allow Facebook here, which will take precedence. So anything in the custom category will take precedence, which is here. And you can see here your 55th category is Facebook, and you can create 8 custom categories. So just with the web filtering, you can see here web filtering on. You can any of these are just block internet access. These are all off because that would actually block everything. But you can allow HTTPS traffic, so green is allow unclassified traffic, which is traffic that just isn't recognized yet, and you can enable URL content filtering. So an example here, URL threshold of 100. If somebody puts in a bad keyword into their browser and it gets a bad score associated with it, the user can be blocked from entering that page. And similar with a page count threshold of 350, if somebody goes to a particular page and it has a certain amount of bad keywords, they'll get blocked from going to that page. There is an option to log but do not block for certain users if you didn't want to block them from anything. You can allow or block the various audio files, video files, executable files on a per group basis. So red is block, green is allow again, and you can even specify your own user defined files. I'll show you further on in the product where you can actually drill down so to see exactly what executables you're blocking, .exe, what image files, .gif, etc. There's a safe search built in, so when somebody's browsing on YouTube or Google, it'll pick up the safe search if you enable it. Notifications, you can put in your email address here and get notifications, block notifications for people who are blocked, or for specific categories you can get notified on. There's also bandwidth throttling, or bandwidth quota we call it, where you can limit people in groups to a specific amount of bandwidth that they use, so it won't, just to make sure your network traffic isn't being overutilized. And also just with the global settings, in webtitan you can specify the least or most restrictive policy to apply to users when they're browsing. So the least restrictive policy we feel is best. So if somebody is in 3 or 4 different groups, their least restrictive policy will apply. Just with filtering, so before I go any further, there's 3 main functions within webtitan. You import your users and groups, and then you just apply policies. But in addition to that, we do have additional features such as you can whitelist domains here, so bypass authentication. You can whitelist, blacklist. You can, similar with URL keywords, you can whitelist, blacklist URL keywords that are found in the URLs. And with the content, you can allow or block the various streaming media. So allow Windows Media Player, QuickTime, Flash, and apologies about the keywords, content scoring words here, but these are some of the words that contribute to the keyword blocking. We do have an antivirus engine built in, which we recommend enabling because it protects your network from phishing attempts and your users when browsing. We do have the various extension files which I told you about earlier: exe.bat, audio files, MP3, video files, image files, and document files. So these are the actual files that you're blocking on the file types, and you can put in your own user-defined list here. There is a redirection tool, so we can redirect you from, let's say, anyone going to Google. We can send them to Microsoft Bing by just putting in the 2 domain names here. Just with the updates, we update the system. We do about 2 to 3 updates a year, and you can see here the version releases when they're released. Specify your email address, and you'll get notified when there's a pre-release ready for update here, and you can just release it. With the categories, they update on a 24-hour basis, and we even have cloud-based lookups as well, so it's real time. And the virus definitions as well, we recommend updating every hour, as you can see here. Just with the settings, the interface settings, you can see here this is the access deny page, details, the title, the access deny message, and the additional information here, which you can change suit your needs.